awake and stop until the goal is reached. Happy evening to one and all present here. With great joy and immense pleasure, I welcome you all for this faculty development program. Indian culture has a practice of invoking the blessings of Almighty on the beginning of any work. Now, I invite Dr. P. Bharani Kumari Ma'am, Associate Professor, Head Department of Commerce Honors and IQAC Coordinator for a prayer song.
Thank you, Nitisha. Shri Maheshwari Vasavi Nagarishwari Parameswari Kamitardhamulichi Bromam Kanyaka Parameswari Devadevi Maheshwari Jari Bhuvaneshwari Kavave Mamuyalla Velala Kanyaka Parameshwari Balachandragiritadarini Bhavya Sundar Rupini Vaishyavamsaya Shobhivardi Kanyaka Parameshwari Shri Maheshwari Vasavi Nagarishwari Parameshwari Kamitardhamulichi Bromam Kanyaka Parameshwari Kanyaka Parameshwari Kanyaka Parameshwari.
Thank you, ma'am. An open door is a welcome that makes a stranger into a friend. I invite Mrs. R. Rakshana ma'am to deliver the welcome address.
A warm greetings to one and all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to have this opportunity of welcoming you all on behalf of SKPC and Department of Commerce Honors for this faculty development program. I heartily welcome our resource person, Dr. Nirmala Narayanan ma'am. I would like to extend my warm greetings to our principal, Dr. T. Mugnastri ma'am, Vice Principal, Dr. P.B. Vanita ma'am, and Dr. M.B. Napkinai ma'am. And Head of the Department, Associate Professor and IQAC Coordinator, Dr. P. Bharani Kumari ma'am, and our honorable faculties. Once again, I would like to welcome one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. The successful execution of any grand event requires keen interest of the special guest whose knowledge is as deep as the ocean. It is time to hail such guest of honor for the day. I request Ms. P. Sundari ma'am to introduce our speaker to the gathering.
Thank you, Nitisha. I deem it a pleasure and privilege to introduce Dr. Nirmala Narayanan to our learned faculty. Dr. Nirmala Narayanan got a UG degree in nutrition and dietetics and a MSc and MPhil in psychology. Ma'am was awarded a PhD in psychology in 2015. She started her career as a primary grade school teacher and eventuated as professional within 17 years of teaching experience at college level. Ma'am was simultaneously training students at professional courses in the vast areas of soft skills, psychological skills, selective corporate trainings, personal counselor, and currently she is a freelancer. Dr. Nirmala Narayan ma'am executed projects for Tata Institute of Social Science, Mumbai. She has acted as external advisory committee member at SBI on sexual harassment of women, safety for employees at workplace. She was also a member of Board of Studies in the TNPESU, University of Madras, advisory board member for Agni Group of Foundations, and the list goes on. Ma'am was received various awards in various fields. Just to name a few, Kindness and Human Values by Karuna International, Cold Gold by Students Community. She has authored a number of papers and published books. She has rendered a service during the pandemic period also by providing online psychological inputs to handle lockdown, psychological and positive via social media. Ma'am has released a couple of videos in YouTube also. We are really honored to have you among us, ma'am. Such an eminent person to lead the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Nirmala ma'am.
Good evening to all of you. I'm getting goosebumps when I'm reiterating from my own people. And first and foremost, I would like to thank the entire SKPC, starting with our correspondent, Sharat Kumar sir, our respected principal, Dr. Mohanishri ma'am, Vice
Nimi,
Principal.
hi, present.
Yeah, great,
I am
ma'am. Thank
present.
you for joining in. Big thing. I heard you were busy in the meeting. Big thing that you're
No, no.
joining. Thank you so much.
On the
And
way to home, but I joined. Welcome,
fantabulous.
welcome, ma'am. All the best.
Thank you so much. It means, and Vanita ma'am, Napine ma'am, and the person who could connect me again with my own SKPC, where I lived my life. SKPC is a bliss. For 17 years, I was there. So I personally and heartfully want to thank Dr. PB Barni Kumari, the IQAC coordinator, and the entire team for relooping me into the system. So I would wish to start the program. Can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, before to that, kindly switch on your video, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Perfect.
so this is me and I'm here. I want a word from the participants. I know you are not supposed to mute yourself, you're an unmute, but you can put it in the chat. I want the consent of the participant because next 5 days you're going to bear me, and it is a very vibrant group, the most intellectual crowd I'm going to talk to. It is no joke. So just put your hi or the reply in the chat box, which I would be following. So dear people, how are you all? The participants how out there, how are you all? You can say good, fine, boring, tired. Is this the time that you're calling us? Okay, fine, fine, great. At least 2-3, and that's a good note. I would like to start the session with a small story. So if I ask you, can I start? I might even get a reply, no, don't start. Now we have no agenda except having a 5 days program. So I would like to start it. I guess at the end of the day, the rotten eggs and the tomatoes may not hit me, but still, if you feel like doing it, you can always do it. You have an e-service here. I'm closing the video. We are starting the session. If you're fine with the session, you can always give a thumbs up. If you feel, ma'am, you're bugging, you can always put a thumbs down in the chat. So here the session goes. I would like to start with a small story. As I already told you, this is the most intellectual crowd I'm handling with. You would have already heard it. There would have been some repetitive information, but still, this entire session will be a reminder, a working together session, not that only I know and the other person doesn't know. There are also chances that, there is a strong chance that you people will be better knowledgeable than what I'm going to talk. So this is a journey where we are going to connect with ourselves and our profession so that we are really, going to get the best of our own inside self. Okay, let me start with the story. The story goes like this. A gentleman was walking through an elephant camp, and he spotted that the elephants weren't being kept in cages or held by use of chains. All that was holding them back from escaping the camp was a small piece of rope. I repeat, a small piece of rope tied to one of their legs. As the man gazed upon the elephants, he was completely confused. He was wondering why the elephants did not use their real strength to break the rope and escape the camp. They could have easily done it. It's very easy for them. But unfortunately, instead, they never tried it at all. This fellow was very curious. Curious and wanting to know the answer, he asked a trainer boy nearby, why are the elephants just standing and never tried to escape? And the curious question was repeatedly put to the trainer guy who was next to the elephant. Now the trainer replied, sir, when they were very young, much smaller, we used the same size rope to tie them, and at that age, it's enough to hold them. I repeat, when they were young and much smaller, we used the same size rope to tie them. And for that age, it was more than enough to hold them. But as they grew up, they're conditioned. They are believing that they cannot break away. That belief gives us the strength to understand that the elephant forgets its own strength to break open and let itself free. So they believe the rope can still hold on to them. That negative belief is something that does not allow the elephant to go for its freedom or to roam around thinking that it is still holding them. Similarly, all of us are rooted with some belief. I will not say positive, negative, because negative is part of us. It is part of our life. So some belief that we are conditioned with does not allow us to see the potential. So the moral of the story goes like this. No matter how much the world tries to hold you back, I'm sure this world is like nowadays loaded with too many motivational sayings, too many forwards. But in real life, when we reflect or when we introspect, we apply very, very, very little. We are more criticized and we are the first enemy of our own life, not the outsiders. So the moral of the story goes, no matter how much the world tries to hold you back, always, always continue with the belief that what you want to achieve is possible. Believing you can become successful is the most important step in actually achieving it. So your belief matters a lot. Now, this matter all of us know. Yes, what you believe is what will happen. But when we see ourselves as a mirror, the mental mirror, the makeup mirror, we somehow have a very strong, intensified doubt that makes our belief thinner and thinner, and that is when we all of us fail. I'm sure in this crowd there'll be a lot of experts, my own domain people, highly knowledgeable people, and I'm sure you will all agree with me. All your thought processes works only based on the intensity. You might say, ma'am, நாங்க believe பண்றோம் ஆனாலும் அது நடக்க மாட்டேங்குது. The fact would be the intensity of belief is very, 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 very less, that your painful thought will lead you and it will not allow to take the best of you. With this story, I would like to start my training session. So can I go ahead? The more inputs I get on the chat would be my journey with the 5 days FDP program. Yes, ma'am, I'm getting only one S. Oh, great. Not bad. So now comes the introductory part. Generally, what happens in an FDP? Either we come, oh my God, another program. Even I would have done it. I'm not denying it. Okay. Unless and until it is really reaching you, you're like, we have attended 10 FDPs, 20 FDPs. It doesn't work. Nitisha, ma'am, I would request you to share the introductory slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So like this elephant, many of us are stuck, and let's see how we can help ourselves to break it. So welcome to the program. The next slide, please. Usually this is what happens. Some training, some input, some knowledge sharing will happen. And then you attend it, the second arrow, you attend it and all matter flies off. I will not say all matter flies off. Some goes inside. Many we don't apply, right? And I agree, 100% you can never ever apply. But taking a baby step, just one portion of it at least, will actually make a FDP a real development program. So it is completely in the hand of the participants how far you need to make it. So I would request all of you to not go through or not become like the first slide, training, attending, everything flies off. But try to put in a step like the second slide, Nitisha. The second one. You attend, there is a training, you're attending it. Try to assimilate at least minimum. Nobody can take all 100%. We don't like somebody telling us, please do it. Anybody as an audience, we might not do it. It's fine. But take at least a first little step. Only then you will see the little change that's happening in you, and a true implementation of any training would have an impact, not just this FDP, anything. So try to attend. The first two parts has happened. Try to assimilate, practice bit by bit, piece by piece, portion by portion, so that all matter doesn't fly off. Now, how do we do it? Next slide, please. I'm just telling you the way you need to attend this FDP, because this is the key. Without this, the entire, the next 4 days will be like, hey, Nanglo FDP attend panompa. Doesn't work that way. Because what happens is, once we start growing, once we are into a profession, your time is really meant predominantly for work and work-life balance. Yourself will be lost in the track. So I understand what it means. And that's the reason we are putting an insistence of why this training and how it has to go. First, there is an intention. There are 100 people who have logged in with an intention. You will do something. And then you try to extend the behavior after the 5 days program, or every day after, like day 1, day 2, day 3. And if at all you're making it consistently, it becomes a habit. And then a habit becomes a practice. And then it becomes just a reflection of you. And finally, you become who you need to become. This is how the mind works. Illellappa chumma vanda certificate kagana, the next will never happen at all. For one simple reason, let me take a very silly example of you brushing your teeth. The intention is hygiene. The person next to you should be really comfortable when they're talking to you. That is why we are all trained to be like hygienic, nice, neat, appealing, all that. And then you know how you've been trained. We call this as programming. And every day, our parents would have taught us, be clean, do all neat things, and that becomes a behavior. And you know what happens to you. So this training is supposed to follow the pattern, which will help you for the real simple output, at least 1% of healthy transformation. I will not even use the word change. You need not change. You be yourself with some healthy upliftment. That is the right word I would feel I can tell this crowd. Next slide, Nitisha. Can I have the next slide, Ma?
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute.
No, I understand. Take your time. Yeah, this is a story time. I've already finished the story, so I'm not going to this story as of now. It will be continued for the next 4 days. I request Nitisha to go to the color. I want the audience to unmute yourself, or I request the coordinators to unmute the audience. They can scream, shout, and tell. For example, the first word says purple, but the color is not purple there. You have to tell what color it is. I'm sure you would have played all these games, but just let's ice break it. Then
Pink, yellow, red,
okay.
Red, gray.
No, first color
green,
she asked. First
green.
color alone.
Yeah, you can continue. You can continue. You can continue.
Yellow, blue,
pink, purple,
pink,
Red,
yellow,
Yeah, everyone's screen, we
yellow,
like talking, right? Yeah.
brown, green,
brown,
I can hear only one sound. Is the
brown,
organizer
brown,
alone talking?
gray, pink,
Others can
orange,
put it in the chat.
orange,
Mhm.
blue,
Orange is in the yellow color.
yellow
Perfect,
color.
ma'am.
Blue,
blue and red color, ma'am.
Okay, right. Now, this doesn't give you any magic. It just helps you. I think you can also put it in the chat. I'll put this image just for 60 seconds. People can put it in the chat in the order the word comes. You can put it in the chat because I think the organizer has muted everyone. Yeah. Pink is in red. Super. I like the way somebody is presented. Super. Then Sudha ma'am. Great.
Ma'am, for an information, participants can unmute themselves. I've given rights.
Okay, okay, great, great. They can also put it in the chat, no issue. Blue is red, gray is yellow, orange is in yellow. Great, great. Still 40 seconds, it'll be there. You people can just play it on. Fantastic. Yellow is in green, blue is in green. Fabulous. So there is a great participation. And here our journey continues. Yes, yes, yes. Your brain has been so fast. Yes. We'll go to the next slide, Nitisha, ma'am. Yes. Green is blue, correct. The next slide, the next slide. This we can play it in the last. Yes. So I'm not here to tell things which you do not know. I'm here to just work together as a, stimulus. Just a reminder, nothing much. The main PPT, know thyself. Yes. The next slide. There are first three slides which tells the meaning of what is know thyself. There are a lot of philosophical meaning. There are a lot of, dimensions when we say know thyself. But here I am talking more of an introspection. And the first three slides is about the definition. It'll be like, reading out and you reading it, it doesn't make any sense. The PPT will be shared with you. You can read aram se whenever you feel like. In this particular program, we are saying know thyself as an introspection process. It could be that fire that motivates you when you know who you are. It could be that push that gets the best out of you. It could be you knowing your strength and weakness. And I'm very sure at the collegiate level, you would have done a lot of SWOT analysis, but we were never consistent in a SWOT analysis when it comes to the individual. That is when we all take a slip of not really able to help ourselves for a great self upgrading. That is where we all slip. Go to the next slide, Nitisha. So know thyself is an introspection to know your limits, your motivation, and simply it is a caution of word two. The next slide. The next slide. So I don't want to just simply read out the definition. You will have the slide for you. So what exactly happens within us? The next slide, ma. Now, I'm sure you will have a pen or I don't know, a notepad. Even if you don't have a notepad, your mobile will be more than enough. You need to answer a question to yourself. When you do this exercise, don't discuss with your friends. Don't ask anybody else. You need not submit anything at all. It's just for you, you and you. There are no deadlines. There are no homework. Who am I? Ask yourself the question, who am I? I have given a very generic approach here. You are definitely a product of nature and nurture. When I say nature, I'm sure this August gathering will understand that you are a genetic product, a biological product of your parents, and nurture is what kind of input people have given you is what you are today in combination with your belief system. So you have a miraculous body A miraculous mind. I always use this word miraculous for one simple reason. We see client day in, day out with lot of mental disturbances. Okay, they would be in very high profile. They have lot of, stuff to do around, but just for one simple reason that the brain chemical messengers, we call it as the neurotransmitters, doesn't pump out properly, they go for mental illness. It'll be very painful to see such people, and they are all organic problem. And there are a lot of other psychological disorders which happens in day-to-day events, the personal hassles, everyday events. So if you are normal, if you are healthy, that itself is miraculous. Every day is a blessing. And if your body is healthy, there is no question at all. So you are a person with such a miraculous body and mind. Now I'll give you 1 minute. You write for yourself, who am I? Any 5 points that describes you, and keep it with yourself. You need not share in the crowd. You need not tell anybody, nothing. Keep it for yourself. This is a complete 5-day exercise. And tell me, how did we grow up? Now people can unmute and put it in the chat also. How did we all grow up? We got nice food, we grew up. You can go to the next slide, Ma. We got nice food, we grew up. Yes, physically. Mentally, how did we grow up? You can put it in the chat box. They're all simple questions I'm asking, or rather an interactive process, that's all. We grew up with a family, fantabulous, excellent. Somebody is like phenomenal by observing what others do, phenomenal. Understand others' feeling, that comes later. That comes later. When we were babies, they'll be like pampering us. Kanne, mutte, maniye, what not. Konja valandutona. You know what wordings we get. Adho on the adolescent stage, they are neither adults nor, they are baby type. We get a lot of labelings. I don't want to use those words here, being in a professional friend. So we are a product of, yes, experiences, fantabulous experiences. We are a product. Next slide, Nitisha ma'am. Whatever inputs we get from our parents, our teachers play a very important role. Even now, if somebody asks you why you like this subject, I will repeat the same thing in the next, this line in the Teacher You Are program also. Nitisha ma'am, go to the next slide. We would say, I like the subject because I like the teacher. If the teacher really, next slide, ma. Now tell me, how did you grow up? That slide. I think you've gone further down. Please go up. If you love the teacher, you will start loving the subject. What your teacher tells you when you were babies, don't imagine yourself now. I want all of you to go back to your school days. I want all of you to go back to your adolescent age. Sometime your close friend might have told you, no, idu unnala mudiyave mudiyadunu. You would have believed it. Because the person who's telling that is very important than what you think of yourself. Your peer group. Apart from it, your own understanding, all this will determine who you are. And that will determine your belief system, fortunately or unfortunately, positively or negatively. People around us matters a lot within our journey. But at some point, see, now whatever has happened in the past, we are not going to talk about the positive things now. Yes, you're great. But we are going to talk about things which needs to be worked, and only you know it. You will not tell to the public. Your fears, your frustrations, it's only about you. We are just going to revamp on it based upon how beautifully you're going to hold this FDP and you're going to travel. Next slide. Now, I want all of you to close your eyes. See, this is a very good platform, okay? The e-platform is very good. You can close your eyes and you can sleep also. Nobody will ask you. But take yourself more responsible. Take yourself more, Your time, because you are sitting here. It's your precious 1 hour, definitely not ours. It is yours. So if you want to really do it, just close your eyes, try to visualize what was the positive and negative input you got when you were as a child, a school going girl or a boy, an adolescent, and an adult. Just try to picturize. Now, all these kuti exercise that I'm telling you, you will not share in the group. Probably at the end of the 5th day, you can share it. That's fine. Just close your eyes. As I already told you, people can do this. People can say, hey, 6 மணிக்கு மேல என்னப்பா பிரதோஷ மணிக்கு உட்கார வச்சிருக்கீங்க, அதெல்லாம் பண்ண முடியாதுன்னா it's your call. But I request with a very humble note that it is your time you're sitting, your mobile recharge, your data cut. So please value it. Close your eyes, take a minute's time, visualize what you all went through in your life journey. It can be positive and negative. As you're visualizing, try to recollect both the events, not just the positive, negative, and try to tell yourself that your past can never ever be altered. The pain is there, the hurt is there, but yes, still you have grown up so beautifully. Still you have achieved what you need to achieve. You are professing at a college level, so imagine so much of hard work has been put in by you. And we know that getting into the college level teaching is no joke. We know the net, SLET, all difficulties, research papers, PhD, all our heads will be breaking. So in spite of all that hurdles, you are in a position where you need to be, which is something fantabulous. Every human action is big, big, and big. As you're visualizing, now tell yourself, yes, I cannot alter my past, but my future can be altered. Just say this to yourself. I repeat, I cannot alter my past, but my future can be altered. If you are finding this moment comfortable, you can reply in the chat box by putting a thumbs up, a quick thumbs up. I would understand that thumbs up is a sign of you sincerely assimilating the event. Though I'm very well aware there are expertise people in the group who are better knowledgeable, I agree, wonderful. I can see 10 thumbs up, which is like 1,000 thumbs up for me. Having said this, you can continue putting your thumbs up. Having said that, yes, I cannot alter the past, I can alter the future. Before this, you should understand what exactly happened to you. You have been stroked at each moment. In psychology, we call it as positive and negative strokes. Next slide, Kanna. When I say stroking, your mother touching you is a positive stroke. Your mother, parents, friends, you can label any relationship. A hug, a nice word, you have done it excellent. All this, everything, good, bad, ugly, worst, best, everything your brain takes it, whether you want it or not. So that kind of input, physically, verbally, kinesthetically, whatever else you want to say, you can say that. We call that as psychological stroke. Okay, so that particular stroking, everyone have received. I have received, you have received, we have received positive, negative. I cry when I need to cry because I'm a human. Crying is healthy, but crying every day, then it becomes a problem unless and until there is no death, grief, bereavement, or something like that. But let me not go into the psychology completely. Let me come back to the topic. You are all built up with the positive and negative stroke. So we call strokes as a unit of recognition from one person to another. You go hug your friend in the morning. Okay, some people will be comfortable in hugging, some may not. Okay, The person who's comfortable, they know what energy and positivity that you're spreading, only the receiver will know it. You go smile and tell somebody, hey, have a beautiful day, from your heart, okay, not from your lips. They'll be like, yeah, this day is going to start beautiful. Not just in the morning, it'll happen in the afternoon, night, anytime. So you have been conditionally or unconditionally given with lot of strokes. Now that strokes you will try to recall to build yourself. Next slide, Kanna. So here is a definition of stroke. I'm not reading it out. Next slide. Positive strokes. I told you, like I already told you, a compliment, a high phone call, a warm touch. When I say kinesthetic, it can be to touch. When I say verbal, it can be through greetings, compliments, wishing, vibing out, talking good things. All these are positive strokes. Just when people tell you, no, today you look very beautiful, you feel wow, right? You will not say, I am not beautiful, don't tell me all this. You will never say that. You will feel good because you know that is going to give you the energy. Next, negative strokes. Next slide. Okay, this is Eric Berney definition about strokes. It's fine. You can have the PPT with you to read through. Let's not kill your time. Negative stroke. The sarcastic talk. The critics always giving criticism. The very, very hurtful wordings. It can be conditional or unconditional. Your day is gone. I need not elaborate on it. Whether it is from your friend, husband, anybody, your children, or you giving it to somebody, even you will be the person giver also will suffer. They'll feel very bad. We have all received it in one form or the another. We know that. Now, what happens to your mind? Next slide. What happens? Now, this is a research pertained information. I want the audience to silently have a glance at it. This is by Tony White, a transactional analyst. I will read only the first one, okay? When you give a positive unconditional stroke, now let's say a verbal stroke. You are great. I love you, okay? A touch or a smile. Remembering somebody's birthday and giving them at least a message. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பேட்டர்ன்ல ஒரு குழந்தை வளர்ந்துட்டே இருந்ததுன்னா அந்த குழந்தையோட கிளினிக்கல் ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்கும்னு போட்டிருக்கோம். The more children get these, the healthy, better way it will grow. It will show, here there are a lot of clinical features they have written, but I'll tell you what happens is it shows the child, the child feels he or she is important. When they feel he or she is important, now these notes are not there in the PPT, I'm telling you what will happen. They perform better, they connect better, they give better. Simple. When I feel I'm important, I give my best. As simple as that. So this is how all of us have been brought up. We could have been under the best positive stroking environment, yes. We could have been under the worst negative stroking environment, yes. I do not know what you had. You never know what I had. But still you have existed all that and you're here in a great stage, which is great, phenomenal. Now all we need to do is, I asked you to write, who am I? Next, you will do an exercise for yourself. What are the negative strokes you have received? Now, again, you will close your eyes, visualize and repeat the word, past I cannot change, but from now on, this second, this moment, I would try to come out of it. When you use these positive affirmations, what exactly happens is immediately you will not change. But the more affirmations, we call it as positive affirmations, you give to your brain, the brain trusts you, it will listen to you. Gradually, slowly, step by step, you will start blossoming. Exactly this is what will happen. Now today I will say, நீங்க போய் பாசிட்டிவா பேசுங்க எல்லாம் மாறிடும்னா அது போய் உடனே மாறாது. நீங்களே எப்படி சொல்லுவீங்க? அதெல்லாம் சொன்னா மாறவே மாறாதுப்பா. You believe so. பிலீஃப் எப்படி இருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் மாறாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஆரம்பிச்சா எதுவுமே மாறாது. But yes, there is something by nature. your body and mind will heal on its own. So when you tell yourself, just identify what strokes you received. Mother, father, friend, teacher, co-worker, you as a mother. Just focus on you now. Write it down. Next, reaffirm. Write it with affirmations. I can overcome it. I will do it. Trust me, if you practice it. I showed you in the introductory part, right? You have an intention, you practice, then it becomes a behavior, and then it will become you. If you don't do the first part genuinely, the rest, no change will happen. And we are not here to say 100% change should happen. No, just one change, 1% is more than enough. The next slide. So precisely, you are all a product of stroked. We are all stroked. நல்ல அரவணைக்கிறச்ச நமக்கு ஒரு சிரிப்பு வரும். பூவே 2-3 தடவை கசக்குனா அது பூவே போயிடுச்சுல. Human mind is like that. What the father is shouting at the mother is shouting at the child learns a wonderful behavior of hitting the soft toy. See, this is how the negativity spreads. I will not just say negativity, the deteriorating behaviors, the harmful behaviors. When I'm angry, anger is fine, okay? I'm not here to do anger management program. Anger for correct things are fine. அதான் நியாயமான விஷயத்துக்கு. ஆனா எப்போதும் நான் ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட்டடா இருந்தா நான் என்ன என் குடும்பத்துக்கு கொடுக்குறேனோ, என் குழந்தைக்கு கொடுக்குறேனோ, என் குழந்தை அதுதான் அடுத்த ஜெனரேஷனுக்கு கொடுக்கும். Somebody is beautifully making a noise. I loved it. It was a good ice breaking for me as well. Feedback also. I repeat, if you are able to understand and connect till this matter, give a quick thumbs up so that I can continue. And you can give any kind of feedback in the chat box also. It is completely open. Yeah, I request all the participants to participate because it's your valuable time and everything is so precious. Okay, next slide, ma. Now you have received all negative stroking, positive. Now we are aware of it. We don't talk about it to anybody. It's fine. You always talk to professionals so that they don't judge, and talk to the friend. That's what we all do. Talk to the right friend so that they don't judge you. Talking to anybody and everybody is a real problem. You need to know to whom to disclose. That's a different domain altogether. The more hurt feeling you have, the more of your potentials will be blocked. இதுதான் நடக்கும் நம்ம மனசுக்கு. பாறாக்கல்லு மாதிரி இருந்துரும். Okay, that's where we actually don't grow. I mean, I will not say grow. We have already grown up. We don't get the best out of us sometimes because we are more hurt, more demotivated, more pushed down. And trust me, people will only demotivate us. It is our own responsibility to push ourselves from the system. Yes, there is a question. That's because the brain is naturally tuned, unfortunately or fortunately, to take up the negativity very quickly. And negativity is part of us. Somebody will say, do meditation. People don't do meditation the way it has to be done. For me, meditation might not fit in. For me, an exercise might fit in better. I will tell you what happens when we do exercise. The next, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. All topics are connected. It is a journey. It is a continuous topic. So I'll tell you that time what exactly happens. Answering to Miss Avani, I do not know Avani or whatever. Negativity is part of us. What matters is the intensity of negativity. That is why they say negative நினைக்காதீங்க, negative நினைக்காதீங்க, நினைக்க நம்ம நெகட்டிவா தான் மைண்ட் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா போகும். அது வந்து இயற்கை. ஓகே, நெகட்டிவா இருக்கு, ஃபைன். அதுல இருந்து கொஞ்சம் டீவியேட் ஆனா லெட்ஸ் see what பாசிட்டிவிட்டி இன்டென்சிட்டியை நம்ம இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணலாம். அப்படி யோசிச்சாதான் பெட்டரா இருக்கும். யூ நீட் டு இன்டென்சிஃபை யுவர் பாசிட்டிவிட்டி. அதுக்கு ஐ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் கிவ் யூ a quick exercise for that. Again, close your eyes Again, you can sleep, you can do the vegetable cutting, everything fine with me. Close your eyes. Just follow my words. Don't think of a monkey tail. கொரங்கோட வாலை பத்தி யோசிக்காதீங்க. Open your eyes. What came to your mind now? What came to your mind? How many of you visualized what? Just tell me, put it in the chat box. Monkey tail. Yes. Yeah, ஏன்னா நான் ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கா சொன்னேன். Don't think of a monkey tail. உடனே ஒரு monkey tail வந்து டிக்கு நம்ம அதை அழிச்சிருப்போம். எக்ஸாக்டா monkey tail தான் வந்திருக்கும். So we can say, a better, the don't itself is very, 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 very heavy. Now, I'm not an English teacher. There are all expertise English teacher, expertise psychologists in the group. They can also add their points. I don't mind. I will not say grammatically what word you have to use, but preferably positive terminologies will help to avoid the negativity. The moment I said don't think, unga ellar mindliyum monkey tail வந்து அப்புறம் அதை அழிச்சிருப்பீங்க ஒரு செகண்ட். Okay, something like that would have happened. So instead you can say something else. Okay, and there is a question, positive thoughts, and then and there I'll answer the questions. Takes lot of time, but negative thoughts can be followed immediately. How to practice it? The question itself is a bit mixed. I already answered. Negative varudhu natural. How to practice na? Increase your intensity, increase the frequency, which is where all of us fail. Okay, now coming back to this presentation, not presentation, the program, the more hurt you are, the more your potentials will be blocked. This is my favorite, one of my favorite point. No kid should grow up feeling that they are unloved because they fail to earn it, and no kid should grow up feeling that they have to perform in order to be loved. You know what it is? I need not explain. Next slide. So there is an amazing person inside you. I get a lot of critics. Enna nee indha vayasla aadra video podra, all that. I said, it's fine, it's me. I always see to it, I have problems, I have issues like everyone have, but I see to it the child inside me is taken care, because that is where we all started. You want to read the notes, you can read, but what happens is practice. Everyone has a child inside you. It doesn't mean you are going cranky, but putting little bit cranky behaviors in you will actually help you to blossom. The people can give you a comment, enna loose mari pandra. It's not that. That's a very wrong terminology, very derogatory terminology. You should know how to take care of your inside child. I'm sure in this intellectual crowd, you know what it means to say the child inside you. Next. First, attend to your hurt feeling. You are going to carry yourself. And please accept you. If my friend doesn't accept me, I can go cry with her, fight with her, ask her what is wrong with you, why you are not talking to me, blas and blas and blas. But when I don't accept myself, it's a very, very dangerous agenda. Now, don't ask me how you should accept yourself. Yes, I can give you an answer. Yes, this is what I am. Yes, I have flaws. Yes, I have negativity, but it is me. It's just me. Okay, so see what is next. Realize your potential. I would always say, I take a lot of time to understand this, but usually what happens is, what is next? Yes, today I have fallen. Today I am not successful. Today I have a lot of trauma. But is this going to help me? No. For the entire questions that I come across, I would say that the real matter comes when you think of what is next, which is very painful. It takes a lot of time. It is not as easy as what I am talking now. It's very easy to talk and others listening and you can walk off. No, it is not that easy. Practice will take a bit of 200% effort from you. So please try to see, yes, I am hurt. Yes, I cannot. So what is next? Next PPT. So you're going to carry yourself without any grudges, without any trauma. Try to give yourself a touch, a warm, and say, yes, you'll be fine. Next. There are these stages that you would have gone through. Anyone, the very blocked inner child, the very fantasy inner child, the very expressed inner child, or the integrated inner child. This research is still going on, though this is a very recent one. The research is still going on, and there are a lot of upgradations about the personality. But as of now, when you are a blocked inner child, okay, you're completely disconnected from you. No smile, no hugs, no nothing. You become very, very ego involved. You become very critical of self. You become very sarcastic and whatnot. The rest you can see. I think the audience can see the screen, right? The fantasy inner child. How do you cope up? How do you become rather? It's given there. If you're an expressed inner child, you have a very soft self. You validate yourself. Validation, this is the word I will tell you. நம்ம questions very ஒரே ஆன்சருக்கு வேற மாதிரி கேட்பாங்க. I have only one answer for this: validate. You have a very nice, good relationship with people when you're an expressed inner child. When you're more of an integrated inner child, the awareness is very high and you're a more relaxed person. There is one important thing I would like to convey. There are no right or wrong answers. Whether you're a healthy person or a suffering person is all what that matters. Okay, within you, what you're showing to the world, no, within you who you are, that matters. So try to go to the next PPT. Try to talk to yourself as if you're the child, as if you're your best friend. Treat yourself as if you're cuddling a pet. Suddenly you meet a stranger, they need some help. What do? Try to do it to yourself. Try to do it to yourself. If the session is quite okay and connecting with you, can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The next slide, Kanna. Nitisha, the next slide. So without processing to what has happened, you cannot move on to the next level. I'm talking about the inside self. I repeat, you need not do 100%. You need not revamp everything in one single day. You need not work on everything, asking a lot of doubts, how it will happen, when it will happen. No, just do one portion, a baby step, and you will see a beautiful transformation happening within you. And that has no hard and fast rule. It will not be the way I'm saying. It will be much, much bigger and better than that. I can give you no assurance unless and until you are going to do it. If I'm going to say everything will change, beautiful blossom, no, it's a lie. It's a complete disaster. But yes, small things will happen when you assimilate. Without processing to your hurt feelings, you will have that pattern repeating. Your performance will hinder. When I say performance, not only your work, not only your education, not only your net, SLET, MPhil, PhD, no. You as a mother, you as a friend, you as a co-worker, everything, the relationship issues will also crop in. Now here I myself have a lot of learning after the next stage of my life, and I'm going through it. Yes, it's fine. So try to identify that. What are your hurt feelings? And the answer to it, how you're going to work it is write it out. Use your positive affirmation. Believe that past cannot be changed, but the present can always be changed, because every day is a new day. Trust me. We will think இது ரொட்டீன் தான், டெய்லி காலேஜ் போறோம் வரோம், ஆனா வாழ்க்கை எதுவுமே மாறலன்னு நம்ம நினைப்போம். பட் 10 வருஷத்துல எவ்வளவு சேஞ்சஸ் நடந்திருக்கு நம்ம லைஃப்ல. We are not like what we were in our 10th standard. We are not like what we were in our plus two, not like what we were in our college, not like what we were in our 20s. 30s is entirely different. The rest continues. We say every day it's a routine thing, but when you turn back, you see big changes that has happened in your life. How? Why? Because every single day your body is growing chronologically. So mentally also keep recharging you. You will not achieve it immediately in one day. No. But when you do bit by bit, portion by portion, you will achieve it. Next, when you don't achieve it, people go into depression. Depression, I would like to put a small note here. People immediately say anything and everything is depressed. But technically, domain wise, the real depression is they cannot even do the basic activities. I'm not going much into it. So stop judging yourself. Stop criticizing yourself. Don't be angry within you. I want everyone to take a minute and read the first two lines completely. I don't want to read it out because you're better knowledgeable, better crowd, highly learned group. So just have a quick reading. It is an anger towards self. We judge us a lot, we get into a wrong state of mind. Next. Now towards self. Now this again you will write. Next. Now tell me who you are, you will write. You will not tell in this crowd, you will write. Next slide. One of my favorite psychologists, Jung, we don't call him Jung. We tell the students community, it is not Jung, it is Jung. The author name is given there. And this is one of my favorite. My people are there, I guess. Subject, expertise, domain are there. Freud and Jung are very big people in this domain, great contributors, though they were not psychologically academicians, but they became psychologists by contributing their brains. This is a beautiful verse by Jung. One does not become enlightened by imagining futures, the figures of light. It just doesn't happen unless and until you try to make yourself more conscious, aware, and come out of that darkness. That's what it means. Next. Now, how do I do it? Ma'am, you've been talking for nearly half an hour. Another 5 minutes, I'll finish. There is a concept called Johari window. I told you in one exercise, write, visualize, all that. Another exercises, I'm sure you know SWOT analysis. That also I would suggest identifying your strength, weakness, opportunity, strength. But you're very well aware of it, but we don't practice it. This is what all of us do. Try to practice Johari window. There are notes about Johari window. Okay, I would like to show you the model. Next slide, please. This is the key important thing. Whatever is written here is put in model form. I'm sure management students know this, management faculties know this, but tell me honestly, how many of us are applying for our own self? That's a question mark. Yes, no, you can put in the chat. How many of us apply for our own self? No, yes, ma'am, I apply, I don't apply. You can say, yeah, no is the predominant answer. Especially we teachers, we need to be consistently performing. And I need not say that at all. My principal ma'am is there in the crowd. She knows what I'm talking about. And we also get a lot of advice on it. She will always say, do your research, do this, do that. That is how we all grew. We did not grow just like that in a day. It was like 10 years of investment, physically, mentally, financially, emotionally. We did not come as one great person in one jump. So you know what it is. Now I would like to teach you on this. So there are a lot of no's. Let's try to apply from today. And trust me, within this 5 days, FDP, it should not wane. It should be a consistent working for self. And trust me, when you do it consistently, you will go to a different level, honestly. You can tease இது கூட நம்ம கலாய்ச்சி சொல்லலாம். அது ஏதோ வேற லெவல்லாம் சொன்னாங்க, நான் எதுவும் போன மாதிரி எனக்கு தெரியலையேன்னா நம்ம அது பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டோம்னு அர்த்தம். So that is a fact. Anyway, coming to the point, the first box you can see, known to self, the side, please see the X and the Y component. Now I'm taking the first quadrant. We call this as quadrant, not the box. Known to self, known to others. That area is called open area. Next is not known to self, known to others, blind. I'm just repeating what is there. I'll explain to you after this. Next is known to self, not known to others, hidden. The next is not known to self, not known to others, unknown. அதாவது எனக்கு என்ன பத்தி தெரியும், மத்தவங்களுக்கும் என்ன பத்தி தெரியும். I'm a very type of personality where I know about myself, others also know about me. I'm a very open type of person. Okay, the next cadre is I do not know anything about me. It's not anything, some component, some behavior I do not know, but others know about that. Okay, I do not know. For example, I'll always take my own self as an example. I am not aware that I'm blabbering in the training program. Probably Dr. Barani ma'am will give a input saying, ma'am, your English is so bad. Please, this is a very learned crowd. Please talk properly. She might give me a feedback. But I think I know everything and I go on and on and on. Chances are there. So not known to self, but others know about me. We call this as blind spot. I am blind, okay, about my mistakes, about anything and everything. Next, we call it as known to self, but not known to others. I know about me, but others do not know. I might share it if it is a healthy thing. The last category is a very, very dangerous category. I also don't know about me. Others also don't know about me. Challenges. எனக்கும் என்ன பத்தி தெரியாது, மத்தவங்களுக்கும் என்ன பத்தி தெரியாது, நான் எந்நேரம் எப்படி இருப்பேனே எனக்கு தெரியாது types. They are all challenges. Okay. Now you have to place. Next, I will give you a set of words. Don't worry, this PPT will be shared in the group. You can do it aram se, relaxed at home, whenever you feel like, whenever you think you need to develop. It's your complete call. So when I go to the first area, I am more a development discussion type of person. The second area, I take feedback. I told you, no, I'll take feedback from Barani ma'am. Oh, sorry, Barani ma'am, I've been blabbering. I'll correct myself. Next area, I know about me, but others do not know. I will share thoughtfully. See, I'm a person who's very tough. You better behave properly with me. Chances, I'm giving the worst of worst verses. Okay, you can always tell the positive first. The last one, no, எனக்கும் என்ன பத்தி தெரியாது, மத்தவங்களுக்கும் என்ன பத்தி தெரியாது. They are all challenging boxes. Now, how do you work on this? Now, this is a Johari window. This is by scientist called Luften and the other person who derived this model. Now, how do we work on this? Next PPT. These are the next PPT. I've explained the slide. These are the adjectives. Now you pick, there are 56 adjectives of Johari window. You pick these objectives, or you can also write something about yourself in your own words. I would not suggest you should follow only Johari window. No, we have cultural differences. We have time differences. We have come to 2023 now. A lot of things would have changed. Your personality would have changed. But scientifically, these adjectives, for example, able, I might put in the second quadrant. I'm not aware of it, but my friends are aware that I am capable of doing something. Okay. But my friend might help me saying that, no, Nirna, you can do something better. They can advise me. I can take feedback from them. So pick these adjectives, try to put it in the boxes, and try to do this exercise. I will give you 2 minutes now. I'll give you 2 minutes now. You will not tell me what you have done. Just be true to yourself. You can cut the vegetables. You can listen to devotional songs. You can talk to your spouse, work with your children, travel, do anything, but try to do this exercise. Because without practice, it will not work. It will simply not work. I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes is only for you to work out. Am I clear? Am I audible? Am I comfortable with all of you? If yes, give me a quick thumbs up. If not, you can throw the rotten egg and the tomatoes in the image form, obviously. That way I'm happy I'm away geographically. You can say, no, ma'am, it's not fine. Ma'am, please shut up. We wish to go home. I mean, you're already at home. You have all the freedom to say. Being a trainer, we are okay with any kind of feedback so that we also learn. I request, I can see 148 participants, 291 enrollment. But I request Barney ma'am to entertain only these participants for the next 5 days so that they know what is happening. Because somebody walking in new will be like Talayum Purila, Kalum Purila, Ivanga Ennada Pisranga types.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. And these wonderful 148 brilliant people here, I want feedback from everyone. Because you have all the freedom, nobody will scold you, nobody will tell you anything, because they also know I'm a stupid person. So they will say, yes, the speaker is like that only, you can always scold her. I want 148 feedback. Thank you. Meantime, others, you can do your exercise, because only one thumbs up you're giving. See, there is a lot of adjective: able, accepting, adaptable, bold, brave. Do it. Only when you do it, it's a FDP. Otherwise, it is like, just SP, sleeping program. So it's only you who decide it, not me. Okay, next slide, ma. Keep doing the exercise. Next slide. Please comfort yourself. It is never a wrong choice to offer a child comfort and connection. I am not at all perfect. It's okay. Please comfort yourself. This is a very important slide. Next. Most important of this session is, don't worry, in 5 minutes, I'm going to close it. Stop gaslighting yourself. Now, what is gaslighting? What exactly is gaslighting? Either people will manipulate you saying that you're unfit, they will confuse you, they will give you a very wrong validation so that you lose your confidence. That is gaslighting. That is the meaning of gaslighting. It's a very subjective experience of having one's own reality repeatedly questioned by another. Repeatedly. See, if I'm wrong, you can say, Dr. Nirmala, you're wrong. Get lost. Maybe I'm really wrong. I need to change myself. It is true. But constantly, even if I do something better, only one person is telling I'm wrong, then it is gaslighting. Unfortunately, our enemy is our own self. We have gaslighted ourselves a lot. Please look into the image. I'm sorry, I muted myself. Maybe it's all in my head. See, what are I will not say negative word. You're gaslighting yourself. I shouldn't feel this way. You feel like cry, man. You feel like talk, man. It's okay. No. I'm a very perfect individual. I should never regret in my life. The whole point comes, when are you stopping being stagnant? You can be sad, but how long you're going to be sad is the question. Now, don't tell me, being a psychologist, how dare you tell people be sad? I'm not trying to tell people be sad. I'm just trying to tell it is okay to be not okay sometimes, because we are humans. We are not devades. We are not goddesses. We are not the happy puppy that somebody is taking care of us. Unfortunately, we are the breadwinner. We have to take a lot of responsibilities. And being a woman, it is a bliss and a blessing that you take care of the home, and it is perfectly taking care of your work, which is the biggest challenge. I need not explain on it. In Women's Day, you can see a lot of motivational words, Shakti words, multiple things, everything. And finally, we will say, no, I am not good. That is where the problem comes. So it is really okay to be not okay. But the question comes, how far and how long you're going to be not okay. That is important. It's okay to be not okay. It's not that. Okay, so try to give, not just appreciating yourself, but respecting yourself. When I use the word love, love has lot of components. Love has compassion, respect, trust, belief, nurturing. இது எதுவுமே நம்ம பண்ணாம love you சொன்னா வேலைக்கு ஆகாது. I shouldn't be upset. I'm sure they did not mean it. இதெல்லாமே தான் கேஸ் லைட்டிங். நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி நம்மளுக்கு எதிரி நம்மளே தான். ஸோ அதை நம்ம எப்படி எல்லாம் சொல்லலாம்? See, we always say don't do this, don't do that, but many of us don't tell us what exactly we need to do. So I'm trying to help you with those inputs, though I'm very sure you've already been doing it. For those people I'm not addressing. For people who really need help, I'm addressing them, and to increase the intensity so that you go to the next level. So how do you say it? Oh, thank you. I'm getting some feedbacks. Thank you. So how can you say it? My experiences are real and valid. I'm repeatedly giving you this example of negative because that is where we need help. Today, if somebody shouts at me, I cry because I know I have not done the mistake. Okay, it's natural. So yes, it is real, it is valid. See the next one. If it is sticking with me, it must be a trigger. Let me ask, where should I heal? I will not say no. நான் இப்படி எல்லாம் feel பண்ணவே கூடாது. That's not the way you should say. Yes, it is part of me and I'm getting triggered because of it. So நான் என்ன எங்க heal பண்ணும்? இங்க தான் psychological help வருது. Ask yourself where I need to heal. Did I blow? Did the other person blow? இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப subjective. Okay, this I cannot give you an input. Only you can give your input for yourself. Next, even if they did not mean, it simply hurt me, man. Accept it. I will not say no. It never hurt me. I am very happy. You can throw all shit on me anytime, every time. I'm perfectly fine with it. Then you are wrong. You're hurt. And my past mistake should never define my future. ஒரு ஏபிசிடி எழுதுற ஒரு ப்ரீகேஜி குழந்தை எடுத்த உடனே ஏ போடாது, 4 கிறுக்கல் பண்ணாதான் அது கரெக்டான டெவலப்மெண்ட். நம்ம எல்லாருமே எடுத்தோடனே பர்ஃபெக்ட் ஏ போடணும்னா எப்படிப்பா? இட் டசன்ட் ஒர்க். யூ வில் ஹாவ் மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் அண்ட் ப்ளீஸ் accept it. That will not determine your future. You can connect, my own people are here, they can connect me with the work setup itself. We learn by doing mistakes. We are never perfect. We get the right guidance from our people and we are growing to this level only because of all that learning. But that can never decide your future. It's okay. Is this slide clear to all of you? This is a very important slide. If the slide is clear, please put a quick word clear. Just type clear. C-L-E-A-R, clear. Don't say yes, say clear. Clear. Okay, clear na abhi clear panta, I can off and go. My job is going to get closed for this day. Next slide, I have used a word not to be offensive, but just to be, it's not offensive also. It is a very scientific thing. Next slide. We love this lady. We were blessed and thanks to our principal ma'am, and I do not know who was the cultural secretary then. They brought this amazing, beautiful lady to our college, a singer, Vaikum Vijayalakshmi. We all have all our senses very clear, leg, hand, brain, blast. God has been rich. But you know what happens? We are somewhere, I will not say psychologically handicapped, but we are psychologically retarding ourselves, not mentally. Mental retardation is totally different. I'm not talking about that at all. Adalla or gift. They are all special children, beautiful children. We are not talking about that. I'm just saying நம்ம எல்லா எபிலிட்டிஸும் இருந்து நம்ம பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணாம இருக்கச்சு ஒரு பெயின் இருக்கும் பாத்தீங்களா அந்த இண்டிவிஜுவலுக்குள்ள. பிகாஸ் அவங்க டீச்சர் அவங்கள சின்னதுல தட்டி வச்சிருப்பாங்க, அவங்க அம்மா அக்கா கூட பிறந்தவங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் சொல்லிப்பாங்க இல்ல நீ அன்ஃபிட், ஒர்க்ல நெகட்டிவ் ஸ்ட்ரோக்ஸ் நிறைய கிடைச்சிருக்கும். ஸோ தே சைக்கலாஜிக்கலி ஜஸ்ட் கிரம்பிள் தெம் செல்ஃப் அண்ட் தே டோன்ட் பர்ஃபார்ம் அட் ஆல். That is the most painful thing. Now you decide who you are. Now this beautiful lady, had she thought that her vision is a problem, you know what they all do? They're all phenomenal soul. பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ற எல்லாருமே அவங்களால முடியாதது எதுன்னு யோசிக்க மாட்டாங்க. முடிஞ்ச ஒரு சின்ன விஷயம் எது இருக்கோ அதை வளர்ப்பாங்க. That is why whether even you say India, you say foreign countries, any place, all successful people will focus only on that minimum best they have. They will never focus on whether minimum or maximum best they have. முடியாத காரியத்தை பத்தி ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. அவங்களால என்ன முடியுமோ அதுல எக்ஸ்பர்டைஸ் ஆவாங்க. One live example is about Abdul Kalam. I need not say anything about Abdul Kalam. I need not say anything about Vaikom Vijayalakshmi. Whatever best they had, they could grow on it. So just ask yourself whether we are psychologically blocked. Next. So try to work within you. Unleash your inner potential. Whatever I have told, I have put it as a PPT. Next. Just blossom. Now with exercise alone, it can help you to blossom. Next. There are a lot of takeaways I'm going to give you. Try next slide. Takeaway is you can take a PDF home. The IQAC coordinator will help me to share it in the group. I will tell you what you need to do with it. Growth mindset. Try to have a growth mindset. Instead of saying this is hard, I am not smart, try to say I am really not smart when it comes only to this matter. I might not be smart in communicating English, but I might be very good in my Tamil. I can speak well, I can write, I can deliver what I want to deliver. After all, language is only a tool. After all, after all, language is a beautiful tool. My stuff should not be burdened because I cannot talk in Malayalam or English or Hindi. So instead of saying I am not smart, you can say I am really smart when it comes to communication. I am really smart when it comes to dealing with relations. I am very smart when it comes to this. Yes, the other portion I am not getting. This is an example. You will get all these information with you. Don't worry. Don't write anything now. Just do only the exercise. Next. Keep skipping. Keep skipping, Kanna. We are all imperfect people, and that's okay. After death, we are not even ashes. We are, drenched in that water, running water, or what will happen to us. We have seen our elders. We are seeing day-to-day life. So we are tiny humans. We need only connection, not perfection. இப்போ இது ஸ்டேஜுக்கு சொல்றதுக்கு ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும். நம்ம எக்ஸலன்ட்னுவோம், சூப்பர்னுவோம், ப்ரோக்ராம் போனோடனே நம்ம இதை விட்டுடுவோம். Try to connect with yourself first so that you can connect with people. The next important PPT I have not put, that is a thank you PPT. So thank you for patiently listening. I have only one last information. I have shared the 2 worksheet with Bharani ma'am. It is not homework. It is not a class work. Teachers are doing a lot of work. We know that. I know it. I have been in the same journey. I have no 2 horns, nothing. I belong to you. So don't do any homework. Don't give it to anybody. Have that worksheet. When you have time for yourself, try to create time. Try to do that worksheet. That worksheet is all about 2 things: reflecting your activities and your growth mindset. It's in a PDF form. I have mailed it. You can put it in the online and you can work it. See, this world, nowadays we have lot of information. We are overloaded with information. Net தட்டினா உங்களுக்கு விஷயம் கிடைச்சிடும். ஆனா நம்ம வளர்ச்சி நம்ம ஒருத்தங்களால மட்டும்தான் பண்ண முடியும். அதுக்கு எந்த கூகுள்லயுமே நோட்ஸ் கிடையாது. பிராக்டிஸ் மட்டும்தான் அதுக்கு நோட்ஸ். So with this simple and humble note, thank you so much. This is only day 1 over. If this program is really good enough, probably this 154 candidates will join tomorrow, and it is up to you. Thank you, Dr. Bharani ma'am. My session is over.
Thank you, Nirmala.
Oh, ma'am, thank you so much. Hope I didn't bore you.
How are you?
Nalla irken, ma'am. God's grace, I'm fine. In between, had a terrible physical damages, but I'm working on it.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you so much for joining the line, ma'am. You're always busy, but in spite of it, you have joined. It's a big thing.
No problem. They given task to welcome you, but
So
it's always obviously most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. We are not new
I
to each other,
enjoyed,
so it's a good thing. Yeah.
yes, I enjoyed session, but because of you, I know you are very good trainer, very good motivator and all. So I want to recollect all the things once again.
So sweet. Thank you.
Mm.
Genuine
Positive vibes
feedback
makes
always
more,
accepted, man.
positive vibes mostly accepted.
Thank you. The audience can always
Yes.
give feedback also. See, ma'am knows me for nearly 17 years. So you need not get carried away with that. You can say, ma'am, this was a piece of shit you were throwing. You can always say that. My friends are here. They can also give me, very strong feedback. So no issues. I'm open for it. Thank you,
7
Pavitra.
years we are interacting, but 1 year we missed. More than 1 year.
Yeah, I was on a very floating stage. I was like, I do not know where I'll say this, that, though I was doing projects for corporates and colleges. So thank you, Narmada.
Most welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Pleasure is
Thank
mine
you,
as
Barney.
always. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Nemi. This is Meena.
Hey, hi. Yes.
Such a beautiful session. Last words really impressed me because lot of homeworks after FDP we used to get, but you said no homework.
No homework at all. This is just a
Nice.
task sheet. You can
Yes,
go to your
yes.
motamadi, do whenever
Yes,
you
yes.
feel like. No submission, no homework. Yaar ya homework lam pannuva? I will not do. You will also not do.
Really, that feels good. நாங்க அது நீ சொல்ல வேண்டாம்னு சொன்னதை பண்ணணும்னு தோணும்.
Nijamale Venda, because it's about yourself. The person is more important. The journey is more important. You will not report to anybody. You will not submit to anybody because it's your development that matters. This is for all the participants.
Yes, super. Nice session.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
I
you.
want the outside college to participate. All my friends, they will say only good things because they know me inside out, my strength, my weakness, everything. I want the other participants to speak up. My subject expertise, my own domain people are here. They're very knowledgeable, very talented. Shanti ma'am,
Hello,
Lata
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. This is Pavitra, ma'am. I'm working as assistant professor, Department of English, Agarchan Manmohan Jain College.
So
It was a
welcome to this
wonderful
round.
session.
Thank
This is
you.
new to me. This whole psychology and all this stuff is entirely new to me, but I really loved it. For the past 10 days, I was really low. I had undergone a surgery. I was really low, but still, this was a very good session to me. I feel relieved. It's so
Thank you.
nice, and actually you remind me of my own days where I used to teach, where there's the same stress and intonation I used to I use when I'm communicating with my students. I feel I'm back to that form
Beautiful.
now.
You will come back even more bigger and better. Don't worry at all.
Yes,
Just love
thank you so
yourself.
much. I
The
am doing it. Thank you so much for all the love and the knowledge that you just imparted now. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
It
you.
was a
Thank
wonderful
you.
session. Yes,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, I request everyone to do the Johari window. Very, very important. You will know where you stand and you know how you're connecting with people. Without doing anything, the next day FDP is a waste. The next day is a waste. The next day is a waste. So you are going to give the energy. All the participants, you do something and reflect yourself. And you can do it
Ma'am,
around. Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, please, can I get your contact number or mail ID?
Yes, ma. The organizer has it. You can take it from her. Throwing it all 154 here. I do not know how it will turn. So you can always take it from Dr. Barni Kumari ma'am. The entire team is there. Am I clear in what I told you?
Yes, ma'am. As usual, this is Shanti. Excellent.
Hey, what am I going to say new? You're all
Ma'am,
psychologists.
you used reverse psychology for working out the sheet, worksheet. You used reverse psychology not to do. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's very pleasure
Thanks,
to see
Shanti,
you.
for joining, and it's a pleasure to have the same expertise so that you can teach me also equally. Always.
No. You are always a guru for us. Thank you.
That's
so
not
much.
Yes, Kannamma. If that is the case, we can close so that people can go. You're all sitting at home, tired. I understand. We can close the thing. Barney ma'am, you can take a call on it.
Yes, Nirmala ma'am, with your kind permission, if you permit us, we'll post the feedback link. The feedback link is will be posted in chat box within few minutes. Before to that, I thank all the 155 participants, few principals, vice principals, dean, heads are here. I thank, and the today's session, Know Thyself, went on well. I expect the same participation. Even from abroad, a few participants, few of our friends have joined. And thank you for your kind cooperation, irrespective of your time, because the time varies from India to other countries. And even our resource person itself, she is taking from outside India. I'm gratefully thankful to her for her wonderful gesture. And an information from tomorrow onwards, we have planned to start the session on time by 6 p.m.
On time, every time. The people who have logged in, பாவம் அவங்க time உயிர் எல்லாத்தையும் கொடுத்துட்டு வந்து உட்கார்றாங்க. We don't want to waste it.
Another information is that the same Zoom link you can use to get inside. So which will be easy for you to get into the Zoom link. I thank principal, management members, correspondents, vice principals for encouraging me, and also our college faculty for continuous efforts which we are taking, and they are wishing in all our endeavors. Over to Nitisha.
It is Bharani ma'am who brought me in. I've been doing programs to a couple of universities with God's grace. When I say couple, it's only couple, okay, not more than two. So don't get carried away. I'm a very ordinary person. And for few colleges. So Bharani ma'am, I was telling Bharani ma'am about it. So that is how it reinitiated, and thanks to her that she pulled in. I was a bit skeptical about it. I was like, okay, let me think. So thanks, Barney, for that.
Yeah. So thank you, Nirmala ma'am, for accepting our kind gesture. Feedback link is being posted, and at the end of the 5th day, you will be receiving your certificate. Only for the attendance at the feedback link, and also to develop in which place we can change ourselves. We have posted the feedback. I request all the dignitaries to fill the feedback form, giving the support.
And I request only these participants to come back and not the new participant, because they will not know the tail, they will not know the head, and it will be like a boring FDP. Let's go off types. So let's keep the energy right. And people, you can still continue with your rotten eggs and tomatoes. You're there at home. You can always continue. Day 5 will decide. Never get carried away by today. Never ever. Day 5, you decide.
I request Rakshana ma'am to post again the feedback link.
Okay, ma'am.
Just keep on posting couple of times so that if anyone have come in again due to technical glitch, they can access the feedback link.
Okay, ma'am.
I think Nitisha ma'am is also posting the same. So Rakshana, you can stay back.
Participants, kindly fill the feedback link.